Nobody, and I mean nobody, cares about you. And that's your advantage. Now I know this sounds harsh, but hear me out. Most teenagers live their whole life as if there's some invisible audience watching every move they make. You want to post something, but then you think, what if people laugh at it? You want to start going to the gym, but then you think, what if I look stupid? You want to start making online money, start a channel, learn a new skill, do something different, but you don't. Not because you can't, but because you think people care way more than they actually do. And that belief ruins a lot of people's lives, because they spend years staying the same just to avoid a few seconds of embarrassment. But here's the truth. Most people are too busy thinking about themselves to think about you. They're worried about how they look, how they sound, what people think of them. Just like you are. That awkward thing you did that keeps replaying in your head, most people forgot it in 10 minutes. That thing you're scared to start because people might judge you, most people simply don't care or will forget about it almost instantly. And once you really understand that, something changes. Because if nobody's paying as much attention to you as you thought, then you're way more free than you realized. Free to start, free to fail, free to be bad at something, free to look stupid for a while. And that matters, because almost everything worth doing starts with looking a little stupid. Your first video will probably be bad. Your first business idea probably won't work. Your first month in the gym, you probably won't make any progress. Your first anything usually sucks. That's normal. But most people never get to the good part, because they're too scared of the beginning. They want to skip being a beginner. They want to skip the awkward stage. They want to magically appear at the part where they're good enough to be respected. But that's not how anything works. Everyone you look up to was once unknown, unimpressive, bad at what they were trying to do. The difference is they started anyway. And that's why this is such an advantage. Because once you stop living for other people's opinions, you get ahead of most people instantly. Not because you became smarter overnight, not because you suddenly became more talented, but because you finally stopped hesitating. You finally stopped asking for permission. You finally stop waiting for the perfect moment where no one can judge you, because that moment doesn't exist. And honestly, even when people do judge you, it usually means way less than you think. A lot of people you're scared of being judged by aren't even doing anything with their own life. They're just watching, commenting, laughing, scrolling, and if you build your life around avoiding judgment from people like that, you'll stay stuck forever. That's the trap. You don't start the channel, you don't learn the skill, you don't push yourself, you don't put yourself out there. And then years go by, and all you're left with is potential. Not progress, just potential. And potential means nothing if it never turns into action. And that's why realizing that nobody cares about you is one of the most freeing things ever. Because it means you can stop performing, stop overthinking every move, stop treating every mistake like it's the end of the world. Most people are not keeping score, and the ones who are shouldn't be controlling your life anyway. So no, it's not depressing. It's the opposite. It means you can finally do what you want without acting like the whole world is watching. Because it isn't. And once that clicks, you stop being scared of starting. You stop being scared of looking dumb. You stop giving random people so much power over your decisions. And that's where everything starts to change. Because you were never scared of the work itself. You were scared of being seen doing it badly. But the truth is, most people aren't even looking.